am Bob Gritzinger, and we're driving along with Johnny Wong here. He's at the wheel of the 2011 Lexus ISF. Overall, the suspension is retuned also for 2011.
Right, new shocks, new springs.
It's not quite as harsh as it was in the previous iteration. Still very steady, very solid. It's hard to get this thing out of sorts. The steering, even though it's fully electric, is spot on, very responsive. And of course, probably the topper is, that's a cranking 5-liter mill under there.
Absolutely.
You punch this thing, everything opens up.
I mean, I was driving last night and kind of went through a couple tunnels and rolled down the windows and just hit it, and it just was a glorious sound.
But you mentioned being able to shut down most of the nanny systems that are built into a Lexus.
Yeah, I mean, when you shut everything down, you can definitely get out and get out of shape if you want, have a little fun, slide the back end around, and that's one thing that you couldn't do in the IS before. I mean, there was rumors that there was this crazy pedal dance thing to do it, but I don't know if that ever turned out to be true. But in this car, if you just hold down, the traction off button for, I think it's like,
3 seconds or
something like that, then
something.
it does kill most of the stuff. And
virtually everything shuts down, and you can put this car sideways. You can break the tires loose.
Yeah, breaking the tires
you
is
can
no
have
problem.
a lot of fun.
Right.
Despite the fact that underneath is your basic safety conscious Toyota. On the downside, the first thing I think we'd point to is this bugger here, right?
Yeah, it's an automatic 8 speeds, which is, I mean, the way they have it tuned for this car, especially when you put it into F mode, it's actually, the downshifts for a full torque converted automatic, it's pretty impressive.
When you kick down, even at, 60, 70 miles an hour, you can watch the gearing jump from 8 down to 3 just in a split second. Now, would we like that to be a dual clutch automatic or have our own third pedal? Absolutely.
The M3, as much as I love that car, as we've heaped so much praise on over the years, I mean, I think it's become, you brought up earlier about, the driving purist in me. There's so many buttons and settings for power and, differential settings in that car now, which is like, again, it's like, I don't want to be constantly thinking about, what am I going to punch in and how do I want my car to behave? While the C63 is kind of like this Lexus, just with a little more power and with an engine that sounds even better, in my opinion. I'd probably put the Mercedes the top 2, probably, and I'd probably put the BMW second. This in third, but not very far behind at all.
So there you have it. We're driving the 2011 Lexus ISF for Autoweek. I'm Bob Gritzinger, and this is John Wong.